Hey, it's Sean. I see that you're adding some of the water sports and recreation products, which is awesome. I have a few tips as we go, especially at the beginning when it's easy to make changes. I have some tips, especially around SEO, and then a little bit of organization of the products and tip on how to set yourself up so it's really quick to manage and add products as well. So that's what we're going to look at. The first thing I want to make sure that everybody is aware of is that there are two top level categories. You want to make sure that you're always using one of those top level categories as a parent, and they are water sports and recreation or boat parts and accessories, which these are shop, all water sports and rec. So we shortened it for that particular button there, and all boat parts. But the actual category, if we go into product categories, to get to product categories, you could open a product and then you could go to here and that'll take you to product categories. And then you can open up here and search more and you'll see all of them. Kind of a long way to get there, but if you're in the sales app, that's the only way right now. However, we're going to add it to the menu in the sales app for you. Currently, and if you're looking for something product related and you don't see it, I'm just assuming you're going to use the sales app more often because you're thinking sales. You can manage products from sales or you can manage from the inventory app. It doesn't matter. I'm going to jump over to the inventory app briefly because in configuration here, I want to show you product categories is right there. So you can open that up and then you can see, there's different types of products. There's things you can sell, which are under saleable. And then there are things that are like expenses, which I don't think you're going to be using. This would be for if somebody was using Odoo to, for fuel expense and things like that. And then there's things that you're never going to sell or just, I don't know, it might be something you buy for the store or whatever. But that kind of stuff I don't think you're going to be using. And consumable, I don't think you're going to be using either. So really you're going to be using everything under saleable. Then your top level categories for your products that you're selling is boat parts and accessories. And then the other one is going to be water sports and recreation. So you can see that here. This one, and I see it has 6 products. So if you can just let me know, because you'll know without doing any research. Did you add these or are these land and sea? So if they're land and sea, having this weird category nomenclature here, it might as well just stay that way because we don't want to modify the land and sea categories too much because they're just going to reset next time we refresh the data. But if these are manually added, then water sports and recreation, water parts and accessories, water sports parts and accessories, we should clean that up. But I'm pretty sure this is just land and sea stuff. That's just a quick thing on the 2 top level categories. Now I'm going to head back to the sales app because I think that's probably where you're going to gravitate to working for products, but you can manage products from either of those 2 apps, sales or inventory. And I'm going to go back into products. And I can't remember if I'd set this up for you guys as well, but the default filter when I come in is to show me in-stock items. If I want to see everything in stock or not in stock that are added to the system, then you just remove this and it's going to show you everything. I'm not going to do that yet, but yeah, I'll show you. The next thing I want to show you is how to use filters so that it just makes things really fast for you and everybody else. You can share these filters. It's pretty cool. So what I want to look at right now, I want to see only the water sports and accessories products. So I would add a filter here and go to custom. And then if you just click here, and then I'm going to just press the letter P on my keyboard just to get to that section. And then I don't have to scroll very far to get to product category. And I'll click that. So product category contains, and I'm going to choose water sports and accessories. Oops. Not accessories, water sports and recreation. There we go. And I'm going to apply. And then you can see it pulls up everything that's under that parent category for water sports and recreation. That is in stock currently. It's because there are 2 filters here. So I'm going to clear the in-stock filter. And now there's more. Oh, you got quite a few added actually. And then what you want to do is you want to save this. Save current search. And there's the use by default if you ever want to change it for yourself, whichever search you want for default. But I'm going to name this first. I'll just shorten it to water sports. Oh, I don't know why it does that. It does that in that field every time, by the way. The first character goes at the beginning and then it starts typing in the end. Don't know if it's just my computer or if it's everywhere. So water sports products. And then I'm going to share this filter with everybody. So now everybody will be able to see under favorites that filter. Whoops, did I just... No, water sports is still there. Okay, so save. There we go. So now if I were to come in here and to whatever my default filter is, which is in stock, and then go to favorites, there's water sports products right here. You can see we were using available missing height, width, depth, or weight. So that's another one. You want to make sure you add weight, height, width, depth to all your products. That's going to be handy for shipping. So water sports products, there we go. Pretty cool, hey? So if you set some of those up for yourself, the ones that make the most sense, if you think others are going to want it, you can share it. If you don't, if they're just for you, then don't add junk to other people's favorites, I guess. Yeah, so that's the organization thing I wanted to show you. The next thing is a little bit of SEO. So search engine optimization. I'm going to pop open, well, let's just look at some of these. So this PFD here, I think this is what it is. In my opinion, the part number, I know it's really handy probably internally to have that right in the title because it's right in your face, but ideally for the end user when they're shopping online, we're not using characters at the beginning for a part number because it's very unlikely that this part number is going to be something that somebody's actively searching for when they're on a Google search. Just remember, on a Google search, there are only so many characters seen, and there's more on desktop than mobile, but most searches are going to be on phones. So they're only going to see so many of these characters. So if we use up a bunch of characters with something that is meaningless to the person searching, we're less likely to get that click. I would use that part number at the beginning for parts, but when it comes to personal items like this, like any of the water sports items, basically, I probably wouldn't put that part number. Certainly not at the beginning. You could move it to the end if you want, but I would probably just put it somewhere in the product. And I mean, oh, this is a different number that's showing here than what you have there. So we could set it up so that if you needed to see this number in this card view like this, we should be able to add it in the card view for you. But of course, you can also use the list view, and then you can add different columns in here. So your manufacturer's part number is probably the one we're talking about, I think. And there's product name, and the part number must have been added. Where is it? Right here, MPN. Yeah, so that is added in here now. So there's that as well. Now, another thing with the product names is you want to make sure that you have, we want description for sure. So what is it? Attributes are good as long as they fit, and brand name is probably really good as well. I like the pipe and then the brand name. I think that's a really nice way to display it. So again, if you think about this on a Google search, what that's going to look like. So I would start with probably either call it general purpose PFD. I don't think people are going to call them general purpose either, but I suppose that should be in there. But some descriptive name. Let's see if I can get an idea what this is to help with this. So I would definitely remove this, or at least move it to the end, but probably just remove it. And just make sure that the part number is included somewhere else, but it will be, right? General purpose child PFD, red, full throttle, something like that. So come up with some nomenclature that you like and go with that. So make sure the description and the brand name are in there. Color is not a bad idea. However, if these come in different colors, you could set up variable products instead, which is something that I'm going to cover in a follow-up video. If you have different sizes and different colors of the same product, I would actually put those under one product so that somebody can select different items. So you know how when you're shopping and you can select the color and the size. So you select you know, I want size large, and then underneath it gives you maybe 2 options for colors. That will only work if these products are set up as variable products. So that means you set up one product for the full throttle child PFD. In this case, it might make sense to keep them all separate because it looks like they're like just different purposes. But like there's one for children's vests, I see. Yeah. But if there's other colors, well, you get it. So I'll do that in a separate video. Let's go back to products here. But yeah, get those, sort out what you think. You can ask me if you like, or just take the advice that I just provided and make changes to the product titles, but I would change them. But I would keep that same, like the part number in there for the parts for sure. I think that makes a lot of sense for parts. And we can have the part numbers, like it would be your SKU is what we'll display on the website, which by the way, there's something that happened recently with an update that is being fixed. Let me show you. So here, see SKU, it says not specified. That's on every product, but it's getting fixed. So it's nothing that we did in our modifications. It's the platform that needs to fix it. So we're just waiting on that. They're aware of it. But yeah, so the part number will be here anyway, so it will be searchable. Just don't need it there. Nice, you got the logo in there. It looks pretty good. That looks good. Is there anything under features? Are these the same thing? Oh, they're a little bit different. Okay. Okay, cool. And reviews will populate as you get reviews. That's it for now. I'm glad you're getting some of the water sports items added, and I'll come back to you with a video for adding things with different attributes, so variable products. Thanks. See ya.